Willymac Wednesday here on Dead on Dave Live, and it's going to be a wonderful show. I've got a few things, sort of. We're going to talk about a couple things. Willymac will be here eventually. You can come in and chew the fat with me. Give me a little bit of stories, topics, questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, quips, quotes, whatever else you might have. We're having a good old time on a Wednesday. Come on in. Let's hit that intro. Real Talk, the metaphor Messiah. Here we go.
Might be my arrogance, but ain't nobody stopping me. That's how I go when you pay for them shows.
Yes. It's Dead on Dave Live, the MushPuff Club. Come on in, get comfortable. Take your shoes off. It's been a long day, you know? Sometimes you just got to go somewhere where you can put your feet up and relax and not get judged. And I am that man, that myth, and your legend, Dead on Dave. And we're here. Willymac will be here in just a little bit, allegedly. Willymac Wednesdays are always fun. Willie? When will he show up? I don't know. But when he does, he brings the thunder, he brings the pain, he brings the funny. But we got a couple of things to meander about until we get in there. Josh Lyons in the house, Blind Prince in the house. I think I see a Big Izzle as well. How you doing, Biggie? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, so wrestling topics, I got a couple, but we'll get there in a second. You know what tomorrow is? Actually, it's not tomorrow. It's tonight. Groundhog Day. It's South Park. Season, it's 25 years of South Park. I don't think it's season 25, but it might be season 25. I think it is. Incredible South Park tonight. I forgot what day it was for a second, but it is, in fact, Groundhog Day. And it is also the new season premiere of South Park tonight. In fact, they're doing a catch-up marathon today where they're getting all those good things going so you can get caught up with all the seasons. I don't know if they'll do the COVID specials, too. They may not have time. There's only a few more hours, so they probably don't have time to do all the COVID specials. What do you guys think of the COVID specials, by the way? Are you watching the new South Park tonight? Are you interested at all? I want to know. Probably doing a live reaction, probably watching it live in there, actually, in the Discord. So we'll do something. Willie's always fashionably late. He's fashionable, all right. What's up, Jack Mac? How you doing, Jack to the Mac? He's always got your back. He comes up in here and makes the booty clap. So there is a little bit of wrestling. So that's where I'm going to go with, because I guess it's kind of a big deal when a McMahon gets fired. I mean, you at least got to reference it. It has to be something. Shane McMahon has been let go from the motherfucking WWE. He's been quietly released. No longer fucking quiet, I'll tell you that. No longer quiet any longer. I shall tells you of that. The story's now blown up. It's going all over the place. And now more things are coming out about the letting go. This seems to have had something directly to do with the booking of the Royal Rumble, of which Shane McMahon was solely responsible for, apparently. There were plans for Shane to come back not only at the Rumble, but also the entire build going into WrestleMania. And apparently, if you believe the dirt sheets, if you believe the scuttlebutt, if you believe the riffraff, if you believe the clip-clap, he was supposed to actually have a feud with Seth freaking Rollins, which I don't get. I didn't believe it until he got fired. Once he got fired, I had to start taking things in a little more consideration that maybe some of this was real, but what a bad decision that would have been. Seth Rollins is so hot right now, and Shane has been cold for about 2 years. He's not helping anybody that he's feuding with. He looked like shit at the Rumble. He booked like shit at the Rumble. And it would have been a terrible decision to put Seth Rollins in there. Instead, now I think Seth is in the Elimination Chamber. And I think he was. I'm not sure. But frustrating nonetheless to see it go like that. It's like that's where they were going to go. And apparently he had a little bit of a run-in with Bad Bunny, who was, I guess, supposed to come earlier in the Rumble. There was a lot of problems with spots in the Rumble. It was just very, very difficult. Kofi missed a big spot that messed some stuff up, but they were reorganizing constantly throughout the day, apparently, and they really just shuffled stuff around and not in the way that you would like, So it was a really bad men's Royal Rumble considering how good the women's Royal Rumble was. So it was, I don't know, I guess it's kind of fitting to see somebody get fired for it. But a McMahon, that's notable. That's interesting. That's fucking crazy. My goodness gracious, great balls of motherfucking fire. Absolutely insane balls. A McMahon has been fired. Well, I mean, it's not the first time technically, but still, I mean, like, it's just weird to see. Oh, sounds good. Willymac is on the way. So I only got to stall for a couple more minutes. That's fantastic. He'll be here directly, which is fucking fantastic. Because I know you don't come here for me. You're here for the Willymac. And I don't blame you. I want to see his Willie too. But it is an interesting thing, to say the least, to see a McMahon get fired. Now, to make it even more interesting, those opportunistic fucking AEW shitheads, they're writing Shane McMahon. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Shane McMahon shows up on AEW television? I don't think Vince thought of that shit. It's so crazy. Not like, I don't think it'd necessarily do all that much. It just depends on what Shane were to do. Really. I don't see him doing it. I don't. I can't believe that something like that would take place. As funny as it would fucking be, but I don't see it. I really don't. I'd like to say I don't, but I'm not sure. Fucking insanity. We'll see how it goes. Nebulous, I can't remember what led him to leaving the first time around. It was more of, it was kind of amicable. He was just, according to him, he just wanted to go and seek out, other business ventures. The scuttlebutt on the inside was he wasn't happy with his position with the ascension of Triple H and Stephanie. I also find it kind of interesting that since Shane has been back, through not all fault of any doing of anybody really, but Triple H has taken a large step back in a company these last few years, which was surprising, especially this last year with NXT, and then the heart attack that they gave him because of what they did to NXT. It was hard. It was hard to see that. Unexpected, and now to see Shane go, it's weird. It's just a weird. WWE is very strange right now, and all these rumors were to be said that now apparently even in NXT they don't have enough bodies to do the tournaments that they've already publicized. That makes no fucking sense to me. This is WWE. This is before. This is not the before times. This isn't when they were fucking an untraded company. This is $1 billion fucking corporation. This is insane how much clerical fucking bureaucracy errors you hear coming out of that fucking company. It's almost, you just can't believe it. And the fact that they're so goddamn public constantly, but nothing ever changes. How is that possible? How is that even remotely possible? Drives me fucking nuts. Makes me crazy. You add warmth to this ice cold day, Dave. I'm glad I can watch you live. I am glad that you're here watching me live, and I hope that I warm you all the way to your cockles of your heart, of course. And now I no longer have to tap dance because Willymac Wednesday is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious official, because here's the man, the myth, the legend, the once and future king of drama alert, the one and only Willymac. How you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up, Dave? How we doing?
Uh-oh, I can't hear you, and I hope I'm pretty sure
Hello?
It's on my end. Give me 1 second. Unless you know it's on yours, give me 1 second. Oh, motherfucker. Willymac?
Hello.
There we go. God damn you, Riveter. God damn you to hell. Willymac joining us. How you doing? What a good intro to fucking waste with a goddamn technical difficulty. I'm such a boomer. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. It's been, it was weird. It was kind of a quiet week, and then the last, 2 days has kind of, exploded up a little bit.
It's been a little insane from what I've been seeing.
I don't know if you caught the iDubbbz video that just dropped.
So, okay.
about Sam Hyde?
I've heard. I've caught the cliff notes of it. I've never been a huge iDubbbz guy. Like I all those motherfuckers. Ethan, iDubbbz. Ask Tommy. You go back. I've never liked any of them. I thought they all fucking sucked.
They're
back
all
then.
classics, bro.
I know. But remember, I do the YouTube. I'm not about the YouTube. Like I hated everybody's content so much that I created my own. I don't watch anybody. And especially since I've gotten out of drama. But I still like tracking these quirky, weird motherfuckers. And iDubbbz is certainly qualifying as that. Because I remember when he and Anissa were like both skinnier and smaller and
Oh
and
no,
seemed-
now they're all like old. They're like 30 something.
and
dude. It's
covered with
crazy.
tattoos and holes, and it's a sight to behold to see how these two kids have matured.
Yeah, everyone's gotten old. It's fucking wild, man. It's no longer like the wild west of a bunch of like teenagers and like 21-year-olds just sending it at each other.
Yep, PewDiePie's got liver spots somewhere, I'm sure. Jesus, this is fucking terrifying.
Dude, I remember I was in college, and you know how Content Cop on Leafy was like such a big deal,
Huge deal, yeah.
right? I'm in college, and we're watching all this like shit go down, and of course, like I'm not really making videos back then.
Right.
And I'm
Hey,
just
you were
sitting
wating
there,
us.
like,
Yeah,
I was watching I was watching everybody. I wasn't making anything, and I was just kind of like looking at like the fucking videos going on. And I go to my roommate. And I'm just like, because my roommate was more into it than me, and we're watching that video and like it get all the views and all that shit. We're like, dude, like, is this shit fake? Like we were like this isn't even like this is so random. He's talking about his small chin. I'm like, this isn't even like good. And, like we were like convinced that this was like somehow all fucking fake nonsense, dude.
It
Like,
blew up so fucking
Yeah.
much, too.
yeah, it
Think
wasn't
about how
until
many things happen.
I got in the game a little bit more that I started to realize like, oh shit, like I get it now, you know, because you start to like get, you know, you like before like you know who Leafy is, but maybe you watch 3 videos of his a week,
Right.
you know,
But
so
when you
you don't really
cover
get
him-
everyone's gimmicks.
Yeah, but when you're covering them, you're forced. You got to pay attention to all the nuances, so all the stuff that's really annoying really
Yeah,
stands out.
exactly. But Sam Hyde, for people who don't know who he is, he's like the iron the 2016 commentary before commentary. He's like the most like super irony, like ironic, like Adult Swim style content. In fact, he had a show on Adult Swim which I never knew about, called World Peace. I guess that was pretty popular.
No shit.
Yeah, and he ended up getting kicked off all that stuff because it was like too edgy or whatever.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, for Adult Swim?
It was too edgy for Adult Swim, yeah. And he's kind of had like he's always kind of been like a mystical dude because it's like, it became a meme where people would be like, if you know anything about this shooter or criminal or whatever, let us know. And people would just send pictures of Sam Hyde.
Yeah, I remember.
So
that.
then like, yeah, so he's always been a guy where like, people only really know him for his act. Like nobody knows anything about him.
They know the meme, yeah.
And iDubbbz went out and was like, I'm going to make a doc kind of getting past the meme. And of course, as we know from Sam Hyde, like that doc never came out,
No.
right? And Sam Hyde like was kind of filming behind the scenes, was kind of filming Ian, and he kind of set up this fake reality for Ian of what his life was like. It was nothing like that. And like he ended up saying like, this is my girlfriend, she's on meth or whatever, and she's not, she's a paid actress, but of course Ian doesn't know that.
Oh my God.
So
are you
Ian's like, why
serious?
does he not get his girlfriend help? Like, what the fuck's going on, dude? Like, that
Oh
is
my-
so
wait,
weird.
wait,
So
so Ian fucking actually went to press with fucking complete troll bait stuff, essentially. So Sam
well,
complete-
Ian, during the interview, Ian was kind of like explaining why he reached out to Sam. And it was because I guess Sam Hyde back in the day, he made like some fucking game or whatever, and he was sending out false copyright claims on shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
And Ian was like, you did that to me. And Sam's like, oh, I don't even remember. Well, then I guess Sam Hyde got really fucking self-conscious. Like, is Ian here to fucking get me? Is Ian here to punk me?
Oh.
And so Sam kind of dropped the facade and let Ian know that he was being trolled the whole time. So Ian, of course, was kind of like mind fucked. But Ian was good. He was like, you know what? It was fucking crazy that like what he pulled on me, but let me like, I want to pursue this in interviews. I'm still here for 5 more days. Like, I feel like there's a lot more for us to talk about. Well, Sam, how I took it is Sam was so freaked out that Ian was trying to kind of like punk him or whatever from this old random thing that Ian didn't really fucking care about.
Oh
You
my
know?
God.
That Sam ghosted Ian the rest of the time. So Ian didn't really have enough to make a documentary. But Sam was like, Ian, when are you making your documentary? Ian never made it. So Sam dropped his, and it made Ian just look like an asshole towards the end. And people were mad at Ian. But then when Ian drops his doc, it kind of puts it all in perspective. And it's like, kind of just builds on the mythology. Like, what was cool about Ian's doc is it wasn't fucking mean. It wasn't a hit piece. But it does, because Sam dropped his, it allowed him to kind of build the mythology of Sam up even more, because we still don't know anything about him. It's just crazy, yeah.
We know they're both stupidly paranoid. We know fucking that. They fucked this up. So the one thing I have seen is a lot of people feel this is fake.
It's amazing, dude. It was so fucking good.
You think this is fake? I'm hearing a lot of people talk about this. This feels way too happenstance, coincidental. Like these things.
No,
the things that
I
they
think
pulled seem so crazy.
Now that I see it, like I think Ian was faking it as in terms of when he brought up his beef.
Right.
He wanted to like introduce some tension into the doc because he didn't know he was getting fucked with yet. Like I think he had an idea, but he didn't know like it was to this extreme. Right.
No, how could you? Yeah, that's true.
And so he was just trying to introduce like a little bit of tension, but then I think like just his reputation or something,
right? He's
fucking threw Sam Hyde on like fucking alert and get the fuck out of there mode, right? You know, so Sam kind of just ignored him the rest of the time. But it's interesting to watch because at the time people were calling Ian a pussy because they're like, you tried to set up Sam and you didn't drop your video because your narrative didn't work. And that's why, no, it's like when you watch his doc, he couldn't drop the video because he didn't have enough because Sam ghosted him the last 5 days.
Oh my God.
It makes sense he couldn't come out with it. But since Sam came out with his,
you have to.
Yeah, his can come out now and it makes sense and it's fucking really interesting. So he was able to kind of get like all this work to turn into a fucking awesome video. And it was great, dude. It really is fucking cool.
Do you think someone should supercut the two together? Is there a way to merge these two and make one just ungodly?
Dude, I think like you should look at them instead of intertwining them, which maybe there's potential there. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the Sam Hyde one first.
Right.
But the Sam Hyde one, if you watch that one first and then you go watch the iDubbbz one, it's fucking great. Like it's so good, dude.
It's like seeing Act 1 and then Act 2 kind of disproving Act 1.
And he kind of breaks down Sam's act a little bit. Like Sam Hyde, like all the time when you're talking about him and you're like, did you see what he fucking did here? And it's like maybe he fucking went on like a huge rant about how women are the worst or some shit. I don't fucking know, right? And somebody just goes, that's just Sam Hyde. Right? And everyone just kind of knows what that means, right?
Just being dismissed.
Well, Ian kind of breaks down like the irony circle with him, and it's fucking great, dude. It's really it's a great video, man. It's amazing, yeah.
So is iDubbbz. So I know he's not like doing what he used to do, but is this kind of like an I'm back moment, or is this just more Ian stuff at this stage?
It's not like content cop shit at all. It's more like a few times a year, he drops these docs that get like content cop level views, like 10 million plus views. And this is just another one in the series. And it was one that I didn't think that he thought he would ever be able to make because, like I said, he was ghosted. But
are they going to fight?
It would be fun because Ian apparently was looking for somebody to fight for his boxing match.
He's training.
Him posting the doc kind of dispels a lot of the rumors that he was like, afraid of Sam Hyde or whatever fucking people were saying, right? Spurging out about. So I don't know if it's cool and they do it. I think it would be great for like a charity event, some fucking fun thing where he goes and boxes it.
The only thing I know for certain when it comes to Ian and especially his girlie Anissa, those two are really training. They seem to be really going through it and really trying.
Yeah, but Sam Hyde had like experience. You could tell.
Oh, I don't know if they're going to fight each other or Sam Hyde or not, but I just find it interesting that when some of these guys actually take it seriously, like okay, we're gonna go really train for this, and we're gonna go kind of do it on a low too. I like that, and then they're just gonna fight somebody. It's not like the other bullshit that we've had to see, all these fucking hippy dippy ass fucking fights. I hate the fucking first round of the YouTube boxing, even KSI and Logan. I went back and
Yeah,
watched
no,
that fight.
that first round was a little goofy.
And
But now it's like
it's all weird.
nah, dude. I mean, they're actually fucking good now, which is less fun
Who's
because
good?
now they know how to like be defensive. Yeah, like no, like they know how to box though now compared to like
That's
before
true,
when
they're
they
not
looked like
just
a.
slapping
They used to be a
around.
couple drunks like throwing fists at each other, and that was the fun part. You're like, yeah, I'm paying
yeah.
to watch. It's the ethical way to watch drunks fight each other.
Celebrity
You know, drunk-
boxing. I don't want to see these young.
I don't want to see them
YouTubes.
be like half trained and half good. That's fucking lame to me.
I can understand
Because
that.
now they could play defense, and it's like the worst part of boxing is them hugging each other, and now they know how to fucking like.
I
do
get that aspect. I totally get that. But I'm a boxing guy. I love the sport, so I guess the pretentious side of me is kind of glad to see some of them taking it seriously. Because
Yeah.
I'd like to see some of them actually have a competitive fight. I want to see Jake Paul fight fucking somebody of real.
He's probably gonna
man.
fight Fury's brother still.
I hope that happens because man, I thought for a second he was gonna get Tyson, and now it would have been great to see him die in the ring by Tyson. But I don't want to see. It's bad enough.
Dude,
fucking,
Tyson would get fucking murdered, bro. Are you,
You think
kidding me?
Tyson would lose to Jake Paul?
That guy's fucking like 55
Did you not
or
see,
something.
he was in the ring less than 2 years ago against a fucking really game Roy Jones Jr. I don't know,
Isn't
man.
he also like 55?
He was like 48, 49, 50, somewhere like that. But still, it doesn't matter. Like
You
these punches, these
you don't
guys are
think that
throwing.
age gap is
No.
huge though? That matters a bunch?
Not against Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a terrible fighter, man. I'm sorry. I've watched every fight this kid has fucking had. He is not a good fighter. He catches people with that right hand who have no fucking clue how to fight. Tyron Woodley walks right into this fucking right. And if it wasn't that he was winning the fight so convincingly up into that punch, I'd say he threw the fucking fight. It's one of the worst footwork moves you'll ever see. It's rookie bullshit. He didn't get
Yeah,
feigned.
I mean, I don't know
He didn't
how to
get
see
feigned
boxing.
either. He didn't get feigned either. Everyone was like, Jake
Yeah.
feigned him. No, he didn't. A feint doesn't fucking make you go the opposite way that you're trying to make the fucking feint go. It makes no sense. So, Jake's a terrible fucking fighter. It's why he only fights these. So I want him to fight. Keep fighting old guys. I'm okay with it. But fight the right old guy. Fight a guy who's been fighting a long time. Anderson Silva will fucking kill him. That's why I didn't call out Anderson Silva. He's fucking in his 40s. He'll murder him. He just fucking...
Yeah, 40s though, and being like 55 Mike Tyson. That's kind of a big
50.
difference. Right?
I'd take a 60 Mike Tyson over fucking Jake
All right,
Paul.
dude, if you know boxing and you looked at the Mike fight and you were like, no, he's got it. I mean, I can't see
I
it because
don't
I'm
know.
a fucking
I can't
noob,
say all
right?
that.
I'm
I'm not
fucking
an
bad
expert.
at this shit.
I'm not an expert
Yeah.
by any fucking stretch, but I will say anybody who watched that Mike Tyson fight and watched him fight, you could see he's still there. And because I am disrespecting Jake Paul's skills so much, I think there's enough of a gap there where Mike would just fucking kill him. Mike hits him
Dude,
once.
if he
it's over.
wins, I'm gonna fucking clown on your ass
Well,
so
it
hard.
turned out to be bullshit anyway. It turned out to be Mike.
It could happen, dude. It's
Jake
once he
Paul- no,
fought
check this
Floyd
out.
Mayweather,
Jake
it could
got
happen.
called out. Jake fucking talked all this shit, and Mike Tyson went on the fucking air on his own podcast and said he's never brought it up to me. Because Jake was talking about all this fucking shit about how he'd love to fight the champ and all this. And Mike's like, I stood around him for 6 hours. He never brought it up. He never brought it up. Jake's a fucking
Well, it was
cunt.
on Logan Paul's like goals list for 2022 was to box Mike Tyson. So we'll see.
Logan got fucking Mayweather. So
Logan
you
got
know,
Mayweather.
he
It could
got-
fucking happen.
Logan
Dude.
ain't. I have a lot more respect for Logan than I do for fucking Jake.
And Tyson's in like that cool like dad phase of his life where he's just like, I don't know, man. When that guy
He's
talks,
not
it's
that
just fucking interesting. He's just so charismatic.
He's
and
been
shit.
training again for the last 5 years now, man. He's back in that kind of killer mindset.
Yeah,
He was
great,
just
man.
about to fight Lennox Lewis. That fight got dropped, but he was just about to fight him. So that would have been cool to see. I know what
Yeah,
you're
he-
saying,
he-
though. You think the young is going to kill the old, and I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to happen.
Dude, I just
One punch.
Yeah, to me, just the age gap seems worrisome there. But
Once. But hopefully, Jake will do the ultimate stupid thing before he... Look, Jake fighting Mike Tyson would be catastrophically stupid for him. But the bigger move that I'm hoping he makes, because I hope that wrestler inside of him gets to him, and he goes to the UFC, and he fights an MMA fighter. I hope he fights someone. Fight Woodley again. Woodley will murder this man in a cage.
I don't think Jake was the wrestler though. Logan was the one that wrestled in
They both
college
wrestled.
and like
They-
was
they
super
both
good.
wrestled, in high
Yeah,
school.
but Jake wrestled in high school and then dropped out or whatever. Logan actually wrestled in college, didn't he?
Both good
Or had
athletes.
he didn't go to college. He didn't go to college. Maybe he got scholarships. For
He
it.
was. I mean, he wasn't as
I
good as
forget.
Logan, but he's still a good wrestler. I mean, those Ohio kids, man, they grow up wrestling. It's just
Dude,
what they
wrestling
do.
in Ohio, Iowa, all those Midwest states is
Massive.
huge.
Minnesota. I mean, you're from the
Yeah.
region, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's really not in Illinois. If you
no
notice.
Illinois is basketball.
Not fucking major
Basketball.
wrestling. Yeah, basket. It's a basketball state. That's true. What else we got on the man? That was if he fought fucking Diaz, man, any of them, he's dog meat.
Oh, dude, he
dog
can't. If he
meat.
goes to UFC, he can't fight those guys.
No.
Those guys are mixed martial. Like, you have no chance.
If my prayers get answered, he will fight Jorge Masvidal. Old George, man, George will fucking murder this man.
I was hoping he'd fight him in a boxing match, dude.
I'd be okay with that too because George is not that old school style. He was trained in the streets. He'd be able to fight him. He'd be all right.
The next piece of news I got is did you see Nintendo struck like 3,000 videos off that guy's channel?
I heard about this.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Most people have been defending him because he's done it for so long.
Right.
But I'm
Honestly,
pretty sure his channel is just like a Nintendo Music archive channel. So it's just re-uploads of Nintendo music.
Nothing new added. He's not adding anything to it.
Dude, I wasn't sure. I didn't get to double check. You know what? I could check right now actually. But
Because
I
if
think
he's recreating the music, there's a little bit more of a gray area. But if it's just
if he's
reposting-
recreating the music, it's weird that Nintendo just right now is just like, all right, we're gonna go after all of his videos, like on his
one
whole
guy.
channel.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I don't think they were necessarily striking him. I think they might have just been claiming.
And then just so many just got him. Jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, here we go. His name is Gilva Sunner.
Gil the Stunner.
Yeah.
Jesus. So is his defense that he's just archiving? Because
Dude, it's just the original music on here. Yeah.
so he's just archiving.
He's just archiving. And I'm sitting here thinking like he's complaining all of these are claimed, but how were they not claimed before? Like you can't re-upload other people's music.
Nintendo isn't like some defunct company that's gone. They're fucking leading the gaming market, asshole. They don't need you to fucking archive. Nah, this guy needs to go. I'm sorry. I got no sympathy.
I'm Mr. Internet, right? So I love like I think like I'm when it comes to internet shit, like sharing stuff, I'm like a big believer in that.
Yeah. Sure.
But how I view it is they aren't striking you, you know, they're claiming videos. Look, dude, you didn't make the music. I don't know if you should be making the money from it. You know?
Right. Wait a second. Wait. This guy was putting it on his fucking channel and monetizing it?
I guess so. Yeah, man.
Okay, so there's some stuff that people will do. They'll put it on there because they want to have it on their channel for whatever fucking reason. But most people know not to monetize it. You can't. Why not just start downloading
I don't give
libraries?
a shit if he makes money off the fucking music, but
Well,
he just can't be fucking surprised it's gone down. I don't really get it.
I mean, like if you switch any other, so this is music.
I guess his big defense. Here's his big defense. Is Nintendo, please put your soundtracks on Spotify or any music streaming services. Namco, Square. Like apparently they just isn't like. His big thing is like you can't listen to this music anywhere, right? There's no way to listen to it besides owning the game. It's fucking insane. I don't know, dude.
Because there's so much.
Dude, Dave, look at
there.
this. Have you ever seen a tweet get 72,000 likes? I mean, shit, dude. The tweet is fucking. People are all backing him, man.
I've seen. Well, there's a lot of music that's cataloged and put out there and released. I mean, Skyrim. A lot of that stuff is, and it gets remade and all of this. So there's versions out there. I mean, I can't even get on the beginning of starting to defend it, because if you put any other word instead of Nintendo, because
Dave,
it's music.
Dave.
You put Metallica in there. This guy's Dog Meat. You put Nirvana. I mean, it's music at the end of the day.
No,
You
you're
can't do it.
absolutely right. You're
crazy.
you're infringing on somebody's intellectual property.
Yeah.
Now, granted, dude, people do it all the time for YouTube videos, have Nintendo shit as background music, and Nintendo doesn't claim it.
No,
So they're pretty loose, but I mean, he's just straight up re-uploading it. I don't know.
It-
Dude, look at this. This is what he's saying now. Like, I don't know what he expects from this. He goes, I can't even read this without laughing.
amazing.
It's so fucking crazy. After thinking about this a lot over the past few days, I've decided that at this point, it's not really worth it to keep the channel up any longer, and I will therefore delete Gilva Sunner YouTube channel, or what's left of it, this coming Friday.
Good. Bye-bye. This is so stupid. And he's garnering
Like the music
sympathy.
would be gone forever without him. Like,
Right.
surely there's other people re-uploading this shit.
Oh man, you know what we need? We need Don McLean and shit. Oh my, this here Nintendo guy got real tired that he
exactly.
could not find the music online. So he took it all and tried to monetize, and Nintendo said, "Get the fuck out of here, guy."
That was
wasn't
pretty
bad.
good.
That
was
wasn't
pretty
bad.
fucking good. A round of applause.
Right
man.
out of fuck. Look at
Great
that,
work,
just
man.
woo. Look at that, wasn't too bad at all.
There's a follow-up tweet to that one too. He goes, "There's so many different opinions over what's happening, and that's fine." And that's fine. I can understand pretty much all sides. I know it's disappointing to read for a lot of you, but I hope you can read. He acts like keeping the channel up is like overhead. I don't fucking. It's like YouTube's hosting his channel. Why the fuck?
I think a lawyer talked to him.
No, dude. I think he's like, I want Nintendo to drop the claim, so I'm going to threaten to delete my channel, and my fans will pressure him. I guess. I don't know. This tweet's got 30K likes too, man.
he's
Shit if I know.
gonna set up a Patreon. He's gonna set up something. He's gonna use this to monetize.
If this was his job, fucking that's the greatest scheme I've seen in a minute,
Right?
dude.
My God.
That's better than any NFT screen.
Fucking with
scam I've seen.
NFTs.
Speaking of NFTs, we got Ice Poseidon. Did you see that shit?
I heard a little bit about this. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's made by CoffeeZilla, who's like, dude, fucking CoffeeZilla always talks about how like these guys could go to jail.
Why is
and I
everyone a
like
Zilla?
CoffeeZilla.
Why is everyone a Zilla? Why are there so many fucking
There
Zillas?
is a lot of Zillas.
There's a
bro.
lot
I
of
don't know.
Zillas.
I don't know
I'm
the
sorry.
lore beyond the Zillas, but
crazy.
there's a lot of Zillas.
So many Zillas. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He he always talks about like these crypto scams, and there's scams in like there's scams for sure, like in the sense of like you're telling people to buy into something that you will then leap off them to profit. So it's like scams in the most textbook definition.
Right.
But the thing about the crypto space, and he always says like, these guys, yeah, if it's up to me, they go to jail. If it's up to, and dude, I think he really just says like the jail part just to fucking get people riled up or whatever.
Sensationalize, yeah.
But the problem is like the NFT space isn't regulated. There isn't a whole lot of rules around that. And yeah, man, so it's like it's fucking the Wild West out there, dude.
Unbelievable
People are
Wild West.
Yeah, it's not fucking I think someone will go to jail eventually. I don't think it's going to be like a bunch of creators though and YouTubers that did this shit. It'll be like these really big scams that pop up and then disappear in one night or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be these big pump and dump fly-by-nights.
Yeah, and they are pump and dumping the YouTubers, but largely it's and dude, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that any of these guys will actually end up going to jail, as much of a scam as it is, just because it's unregulated. There isn't like set rules by anybody yet.
Well, what hurts them is the corporations getting involved. Like we've seen this in the past couple of weeks. Nike, UFC, a whole bunch of others, all are starting to get into the NFT space and creating their own art. Because now they're starting to buy into it. Because remember, if you believe in NFTs, then I'll believe in NFTs, and then they'll believe in NFTs, and we all make a lot of fucking money. So that's what these big corporations doing now. Unfortunately for these fucking assholes who were kind of on the wrong side of stuff early on here, that might set some bad precedent for them. Because if enough people start believing in this fucking thing and legal precedents start going on their side, they could get in some serious trouble over this. Especially if they could start going, all right, what they're doing is they're scamming, But these other guys are pretty much doing the same thing. They're not scamming. If they can find a way to delineate that, then there's going to be some problems.
Somebody's going to go to jail eventually. I just am not convinced. It's just going to be like one person gets mega fucked in court.
Yeah.
And then all of this shit will start to slow down a ton. But until then, like you're going to see this shit keep going on. Here, I don't know if you want to see this. This is a little highlight he made for his YouTube channel.
Where's this at?
Because and like, here, just play it first, and then I'll show you the follow up.
I'm gonna share it so you can watch it along with me. I like to be able to react.
Yep.
All right, hold on. We got a high operation. By the way, you guys can get into live commentary if you want to be a part of the show with Willymac and I. You guys never come and ask him questions. We got a big fucking star here. You don't come asking questions. I'm gonna start taking offense to it. Come on in. You'll be muted so you don't got to worry about interrupting. Alrighty, rude. There we go. Let's check this out. You guys can hear it, hopefully.
You want to keep the money that's not yours, that you took from the project, even though you failed to deliver.
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say, but yeah.
I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100% still available, and you could do that.
If you want the answer, yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that.
You want to keep the money. That's not.
It's just basically like, yeah, fucking oh well, GG. Like,
is that edited?
What do you mean?
Like, is that clipped together, or is that how the conversation went? Like, as that was like.
Oh no, black screen. That is how that is just.
Oh my god, that's damning though, bro.
It is damning. And now Ice came out and like his defense was like. Yeah, what I did was technically not illegal, I guess. And he's like, and the thing is, the coin still has value. So he's like, it's not really a pump and dump because the coin's got value. You know, I still, yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude. It's so, I guess he still has coin. Anyway. He still has investment in it too. So,
well, I guess as long as if he would have pulled out his money, I think he'd have a little bit more problem. But as long as he keeps his initial investment.
He did pull out $500K.
But that was from investors' money. If he could show that he put his original money, if his original investment is still in there, I think he might be covered. Because as long as you don't pull out your investment, your original investment, that means what you're saying the money was worth when you got other people to invest, or the NFT was worth when you got people to invest, it's still true. Technically. I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, I just think if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to get into like crypto shit, and you're trying to sell, I just think selling crypto
stupid
as a YouTuber is so fucking it's so dangerous to your fans, because think about it. Like if you go, hey guys, I'm selling this, go get this thing, and like this thing's gonna go up in value, there's a good chance they could lose all their money.
So I guess the closest that we can
so you're telling your fans to invest in something that has and when you sell a t-shirt, right, for $20, they buy the shirt, they have that shirt, they hold that shirt, right? When you tell people to invest, there is no like price tag on crypto. So they invest a bunch of money and then they could lose all of it and then they have nothing. So as a creator, why would you put your fans in a spot where they could lose everything? It doesn't make any sense to me.
So I think the closest question that we could ask, where we can look at a comparable, is financial YouTubers. People who strictly put out investment advice on the YouTube. There's a lot of them out there. There's people who've made a very good living doing this. And I'm sure there's been some cases of some of them either intentionally or unintentionally fucking over a lot of people and costing a lot of money. What we got to find out is what happened to them. If we can find out if anything has ever happened to any of those guys, maybe that might be enough. Now, that might be regular investments compared to crypto. But right now, because crypto's so new, that's the closest we got. So, I mean, if you want to make a real educated fucking decision.
Dude, Dave, I will say, though, like, there probably is a difference there. But, like, the big difference with that, Dave, too, is with crypto, you have these pop-up cryptos come up, though. And they, like, one was MILF Coin, right? This guy on Twitch did MILF Coin. MILF Coin's just a popped-up crypto where they paid this Twitch streamer a shit ton of money to go shout out MILF Coin. Well, a bunch of fans bought MILF Coin, and then MILF coin like 2 days later drops to 0 in value and all the investors run off with all the money. Dude, that doesn't happen in the stock market. Yeah, it could crash, but it's not.
Right. It doesn't.
It's fake shit that just pops up and YouTubers are like, you paid me $1,000 to shield. All right, and then they just your fans go to
as close
0.
as I can. I'm getting as close as I can to an analogy because there's not really a comparable.
The crypto space is the Wild West, dude. It's fucking full send. Like, the only thing I could think is okay is if I'm a YouTuber and I'm an artist, right? My whole thing is art, and I sell NFTs that I personally make. Well, then that's kind of like me selling a poster.
That's what it should be.
Right?
That's what I thought the whole fucking
I
point of this thing was
understand
for.
that. No, the NFT space, dude, is not what I think it will be in 5 years.
It'll be
I think
gone
right
if
now
they
it's
keep
just,
doing this.
I think right now it's just like super exploitable shit right now.
So
there is some good stuff in there,
stupid.
but for the most part, so much shit's just exploitable garbage.
I got buddies who are into this, you know, and, like especially this one dude. He's got a lot of money, but he didn't put any in. He just does all the free stuff, and he's been pretty good at flipping. Now, of course, this is still all theoretical money. He hasn't been able to draw any of it out yet. But you know, I mean, eventually this whole thing. It's so. I still think. And even the ones that are doing NFTs, they agree too. The best explanation yet has been South Park. They fucking nailed it. I
don't even know what did South Park say about it.
In the last COVID special, which was you got to watch both of them if you haven't. They're fucking brilliant. They're really funny. They go to the future. They show us what's going on in the future, essentially. And Butters turns into a fucking con man scammer who just fucks everyone with NFTs. And he goes and he explains to everybody how NFTs work within, you know, trying to sell everybody on the concept. And what I said earlier is essentially what he says at one point. He goes, if I believe in NFTs, no, he goes, if you believe in NFTs, then I'll believe in NFTs. And if I believe in NFTs, we'll believe in NFTs, then they'll believe in NFTs, and we're all going to make a lot of fucking money. It's a simple belief structure. It doesn't matter how long you can get them to believe. It's con man shit. If you can get them to believe long enough to part with their wallet, you can get the fuck out. That's what this NFT shit is right now. Now, a couple of guys are trying to take it more legit, and I hope they do, kind of, just because I want to see all the scammers get fucked, because that'll be funny too.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly it. That's what all this crypto stuff is. It's like, do you believe that other people will believe this is worth something?
Right.
And with crypto, it makes more sense to me because it's like
it's been around
the idea of me buying something from Canada and then losing money on the exchange rate is silly. Why wouldn't there be like just an internet currency for that?
Right.
You know, so crypto makes tons of sense to me, especially with like you got these countries where it's like their dollar is way more volatile than even like crypto is at the moment.
Yep.
But the NFT shit, I part of me gets like the selling art part. The other part of me doesn't understand it at all when I see some of this shit, dude. It's so insane.
I have so many
like the pictures of the monkeys. I don't fucking get it at all, dude. Like, this shit is not even good art. Like, you wouldn't put that on your fucking wall, dude.
The two things that I do get, I get like the artist standpoint because I think that there needs to be something to protect some of these. We've seen so many artists get taken advantage of by bigger creators and stuff. This would be a way to help them license their art digitally, and I like that. I also like some of the aspects, what you were just talking about, especially with the sponsorship. Now, whether or not it's a bad one or not, like the monkeys, you'll see if the corporations can do these drops, like loot crate drops kind of, and but instead of mystery, you know what they're going to get. You know what they're going to drop, when they're going to drop, and how many they're going to drop. That creates a marketing buzz. So I thought that's all this was going to be. I thought the NFT scam was just going to be simply about a marketing play because you're getting mass amount of eyeballs to go to a certain amount of times at certain places at certain times. You want them all to go try to get this drop. That's driving traffic to a website. I'm like, all right, I can get on board.
It'll be that one. I picture that being a thing one day. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it go there? Right?
I mean, that's what they're doing now.
That should all make sense.
We'll see. It's pretty fucking interesting. By the way, if you have anything else before you get there, Riveter asks, hey, does Willie need anything on the quartering? I don't have any offline videos, but I know his backstory during the MTG days. So if you want to, let me tell you, you want to do yourself a favor? One of the most riveting storytellers I've ever known in my life is Riveter. I suggest that you get into a phone call with him for 5, 6, hell, 8 hours. I promise your life will change. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, with I've talked to Riveter before in
yeah.
calls, and
Were you
yeah,
getting
he's a great dude.
Were you getting your cavities fixed at the time?
Was I getting my cavities
Yeah,
fixed? What's that
some
mean?
root canal, a little bit of root canal work, some good old dentistry. What I'm saying is, Riveter is perfect conversation to accompany extreme amounts of pain to your face. Riveter is one of my favorite people, but he's also the bane of my existence.
We kind of talked in well, to Riveter's point. This video on the quartering is not going to be the Magic the Gathering stuff, but at some point I want to look into that because it is a whole nother cringe wormhole that seems
cringe.
very funny.
Oh, Jeremy, so
yeah, I'll hit you up when I go to that.
When you dropping it? When you dropping yo vid on the quarter?
I was gonna do it today, but I ended up delaying it because I found some extra funny shit I wanted to put in there. Hopefully it gets out tomorrow. It'll definitely be done tomorrow. I don't know if it'll get out tomorrow. Because I'd like the idea of this video being monetized. I just don't know if it's possible. So we're gonna try and figure that out.
Why do you get close to crossing a couple lines, or what do you do?
Oh boy! Yeah, look, dude. He's a fucking weird dude, right? It's him, not me. I had to talk about some of this shit.
I love it. Oh man, I'm actually. You know what? I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna actually watch this video. It'll be good, dude.
It'll be fucking funny.
Watch on that nutsack.
I guess finally, like the last piece of news we got is Tech made his video on the commentary community.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Look, dude, it's crazy because I think most people think it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Even like Tech lost a bunch of subs over it when he uploaded it. Like it stopped his growth in a lot of ways because he was exploding. He was doing his videos were getting tons of views, and this one has gotten a good amount of views, but people are unsubbing from it because I don't think the arguments make sense. He does bring up some of the interesting points he brings up, and has done so on Twitter too, is just how bad we've been with legal arguments. Like the commentary community, whether it's Nick or whatever. Yeah, this shouldn't even be a surprise. Right?
Not a surprise at all.
We bring up legal arguments, but then you don't realize, what counts as a federal thing and what counts as a, these laws and this section of this article changing, because of the context of this.
And how dare you not know? I mean, come on.
Yeah, so he's kind of brought up how I say we're, like I wasn't a part of this at all, but how the commentary community, right, has been wrong on some of that. But also, it's also been pointed out by Tech himself on Twitter that he's made wrong claims legally in the video he just uploaded.
You know what's funny about that
whole
argument,
So it just fucking shows how shit everyone is legally.
But they're not. Nobody's claiming to be a legal expert. They're claiming to give their opinion on a situation. I mean, this guy could go fuck himself with that one. That one, I hate that argument. Because nobody is out here going, well, I know, except John Swan. John Swan loves to talk about how much he knows every regulation, every fucking law. He knows them all. Don't argue with him. He knows them all. So that guy, you can go ahead and nail him if you want to. But, been there, done that, apparently, some people out there. So, but with this guy, I hate that argument because we're all just fucking... Any of us know what the fuck we're talking about.
Sure, but dude, there's been a lot of videos by commentators and Tech included, right? Tech's also gotten legal shit wrong. Yeah. It's been pointed out on multiple occasions that just because we know how to edit a video and just because we say it confidently enough, we don't fucking know, man, on this legal shit. So
you get something wrong, you get called out, and then you correct. That's the cycle.
Yeah, I think the validity of legal arguments, I think it's just... To me, I'm always going to remember this as it doesn't mean shit a lot of the times. It's just this guy finding the one line that fits his narrative.
Yeah.
And then, because the shit changes for a million different reasons.
Oh, yeah, constantly. I mean, the fact of the matter is we don't know all of the perspectives and context for a lot of the stories that come out, especially for those in the commentary community who go really quick and try to get these things. Not everybody puts long-form documentaries out. Some people are the fast news guys, got to get the shit out really quick. So it's TMZ. TMZ doesn't get every fact immediately. It's about getting speed. Get it out there. Then you update the story as it goes. It's an updating 24-hour news cycle. That's what exists nowadays. So this whole argument to me is archaic. It from a time where it was printed and where things that couldn't be corrected almost instant. I can make a mistake right now and correct it before this video is done uploading. You know, so is there any harm? No, you're removing one of the fucking presets for legal action. No harm can be done if you make the correction immediately. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. It's an archaic argument. But from just a technical standpoint, I guess because that's the asshole's name, okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's his videos. Every video I almost just think has been worse than the last from the past three. I just don't think
he's not a commentary guy, right? He's in a different community. He does different shit, right?
Yeah, but his whole thing is still trying to get it. Dude, his problem is it just doesn't make fucking sense, dude. The arguments just don't make sense that he's making.
Right.
I just don't understand this shit.
Do you think it's also possible because there's not a huge cross, and I've heard some other people say this, people who are much more in the know than I am, that there's not a lot of crossover between the communities, you know, his and the one that he's trying to, you know, bring down a notch, for lack of a better term?
I think there was a lot of crossover because he collabed with Nick. He collabed with, you know, I think I've shouted him out before.
But those fans, do you think
those
Augie
fans stream a lot?
Can make a difference? I mean, like, there was.
I mean, whatever fans were there, he definitely. Look, he lost a lot of fans. I don't know if it was commentary fans or what.
Right.
With the last video, not a lot, but people left enough to stop his growth.
Yeah, because he was
for the time being.
Right?
Not that that's a big deal at all, right? If you upload a vid and you lose subs or don't gain subs,
he came from the
away,
Smash
whatever.
community. Though,
yeah, so I think if you're a Smash fan or whatever, maybe you think. I think the problem is the vid's just not good, Dave. I don't know if it has to do with crossover or not. The video just don't make fucking sense.
If the video's no good, it's no good.
Like,
I mean,
like the shit in it is kind of funny, and there is some shit where you can go like, oh, like, okay, I get what he's trying to say, but most of it just doesn't make fun. Like when the vid, and there's points in the vid where you go, how the fuck does that make any sense? And it just doesn't. That's where I'm at with that shit.
So should he have just not made this video? I mean, just at all?
I don't think he should have made any of the last three videos, but I mean, he grew from the other two. This one he didn't, so I'm guessing now he's going to look at that and go, I need to move on.
Typical win till you lose mentality. That's the internet.
Yeah, you win till you lose. That's a lot of the internet shit.
That's the internet, baby. That's how we do
it.
it.
That's what he's done here. But yeah, no, I don't think any of the arguments he's made has made tons of sense. I think it's gonna be looked back at as just a video series where people that does not age well, and people go, "What the fuck were we like? Were people on watching this shit?"
maybe guys, maybe I should just stick to Smash. I should just stick to the Smash. I'm gonna go back to Smash.
I don't know, dude. It's just, like there's just points in it where you just go make it make sense, and you can't. That's how I could describe it.
Please make this make sense. Say anything that'll make it make sense.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Jesus Christ.
That's kind of it for the news. What we got a good hour out of that?
Yeah, we got an hour out of it. I'm fine. I'm thrilled. I wish these fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, talking to you in the chat. If it applies, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Come into the live commentary. This is an interactive MushPuff Club live. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about all these riveting fucking topics that we're bringing to your faces. Absolutely free, by the way. Get in here and hang out with us. You can hang out.
I see you, Jack Mag. I'm
Jack
sorry
Mag.
for that, man. Sorry for doing that for you, bro.
Pioxis in the house. Nick the Oreo. Matt Pitt, the man, the myth, and the very pitiless. I'd like to take you to Pity City, my friend. Megan Edwards, all kinds of good people. Boo-hoo, big oops in the chat. All kinds of good folk. How you doing? Bottom line, I can't believe Willing to died on the hill. What the fuck? Bottom line, I can't believe Willing to died on the hill of someone who knowingly talked to a 14-year-old. Like 14 is a middle schooler. I don't know what's going on there. Is this going back to the original?
The guy Technicals welcomed back knowingly messaged a 14-year-old for like 3 months on end, and sexually suggestive ways.
Was this the Ice Cube girl?
Yeah, it was the Ice Cube girl, and he says he says like shit where he's like, like he made a whole video that's 50 minutes long, and he never even read the girl's allegations or twit longer or, or the messages or anything. So it's just like a fucking. I just look at that. I'm like, how do you make this video and not read? How do you argue against allegations you haven't read? Like, it's fucking insane, dude. Like,
I don't know what was said, but it's bullshit.
Yeah, he's like, really? Do we know these messages happened? And it's like, look, you can't. The messages happened, but you can't prove like that he asked for the Ice Cube thing. But her story lines up with all the messages we do have.
Right.
Like, it fits perfectly, and he just doesn't address any of it. He describes the messages when people asked him when he made the video.
Oh, boy.
Like, hey, why didn't you read Katie, like the messages between Zero and Katie? Like, that seems like kind of a big deal to get context of like their relationship. He described it as, well, I'm not going to read Smash fanfic. It's like, dude, it's not fanfic. That's like, maybe you shouldn't talk about this shit then, bro. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're just shit at this, dude. Maybe you're not the guy. I don't.
No, it's like doing it. Okay, so that works when you're fucking 8 to 14 doing book reports in high school. You read the cover, you read the inside jacket. If you're a good enough bullshitter, you can get away with it. I did quite a few times. Can't do it now.
Yeah, it's just this fucking garbage, dude. It's just bad. It's just a series of bad videos where every time you look into it more to double check his facts, he's just more wrong. It's insane.
An asshole. As Gilbert Gottfried would say, what an asshole! Pioxy just dragged Zaptai just to try to own. People still talk about Zaptai? That still happens?
He's kind of brought him back up as like a every time somebody goes like to criticize him, he just kind of blurs the lines and brings up other cases.
Oh,
and Zaptai was one of them.
He's one of these? He's a real bad
And it's
arguer,
just like, he just blurs the details so they can sound similar to people who don't know the stories. That's what he's doing.
Let me give the audience a quick little bullshit detector fucking method. If you ask somebody a question, a direct question about a certain subject, and they don't reference the subject but give you about 17 other fucking for instances or very similar, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And you should get away from the conversation. They're probably fucking dangerous because they're trying to bullshit you. They're trying to get you to give them more so they can get more out of you. It's bullshit and it's bad for you. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like whataboutisms. Like you ever, dude, it's the perfect. He's literally doing the shit like the Twitch streamers do, like the political Twitch streamers, like Anon and fucking like I don't know if Destiny's done this, but I know Vosh has, right?
Destiny probably has. He appears.
Destiny probably has, right?
You know,
everyone in that space, I'm sure, has, right? Where you bring up a situation and describe it vaguely enough to somebody who doesn't know it to make it sound the same,
right?
And then you could just convince them that like that's what he's trying to do. If he just makes shit sound similar enough to people that don't know it, then it doesn't sound as bad. Then it's like, oh, it's the same. It's just like that. It's not. It's not. The details matter.
Yep.
I don't.
Of course they matter. Yeah.
Yeah. The dude's just fucking crazy. I don't know. He's trying to win instead of trying to get it right. And when it comes to like, when it comes to cases involving kids, I just don't think that's good. It's crazy.
I just find the irony in technicals, going back to his previous qualm and issue with things getting wrong. How about we just, I think if one rule can be fucking set from this day forward that I think most people would agree with, how about we stop talking about fucking kid fucking, not real kid fucking, this type of messaging between fucking 16-year-old, 13-year-old, 19-year-old, 14-year-old, like, this is a police-only fucking thing. Let them. We should not be determining shit on this because you don't have all the information. And 9 times out of fucking 10, you don't want it. You don't.
How about if you're gonna make a welcome back video for a guy, be over allegations that he was messaging a 14-year-old? You actually read the messages between him and the 14-year-old. You know, like that could be a good thing. Or how about you actually read the allegations from the victim that he previously admitted
welcome
to.
back pedophiles. And that probably helps.
Like, it's fucking crazy, dude. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yikers, spadoinkle. Fucking love it though.
Well, that'll be it for me, Dave. Unless somebody, we got a question from anybody.
No, they're a bunch of assholes. Jack Mack, you're not a piece of shit, but you're an asshole for not coming in here and asking Willymac a question. He's a goddamn legend. He's a goddamn.
All right.
Well, before
Take
you
it
go,
easy,
before
dude.
you go, before you go, before you go, you're a football guy. You like sports and all that. So let me ask you real
Definitely.
quick. Tom Brady retired. Where do you put him?
I think when it comes to sports, dude, he's probably the most goat to ever goat, right?
Yeah, I think he's the
Like
greatest
more than
living athlete.
like somebody asked me, my sister-in-law asked me because she's like, you know what, my dad like had this conversation with one of his friends. I thought I'd ask you. He's like, who's more of a goat, Tom Brady or Michael Jordan? I was like, you know what, shit, it probably is Tom Brady.
It is.
You know,
It is.
That
And
guy
that-
played for 20 years, over 20 years.
It's so hard. That's hard for you and I because we're Chicago boys. You know.
Yeah, and it's
fucking-
really hard to fucking say that,
hard.
but he
Mike's-
is, dude. He had so many shit. Like, it's not only the years he won, it's the years he was just in the conversation
He went to
with
10
some of the most
Super
shit
Bowls.
teams.
He went to
Yeah.
10 Super Bowls.
And
It's
some of those teams
unbelievable.
sucked ass, bro.
Yeah.
Some of those teams were garbo.
It's fucking crazy. Think about it. He played what, 24 seasons, 22 seasons, something like that. Almost 50% of the fucking time he was playing for a goddamn NFL championship. That's insane. And I love Mike. Mike is the greatest basketball player to ever live, in my opinion. And that's a high fucking statement. But Tom Brady, that is the greatest professional athlete to ever walk on this fucking planet. That dude, from success to handling himself to handling controversies, this guy has basically walked
The
the perfect
fact that
fucking
he
line.
left Belichick and went and won the next year immediately, I mean, dude, there's no question. Like, there's just no question. And then the fact that he almost did it again this year, it was right
Field
there. It was
goal.
one game away. Yeah,
He
it was
brought him back.
field
His
goal away.
defense fucked him. He did it. He brought him all the way back, and the defense fucked it. It's like, it's heartbreaking. Because I hated Tom Brady for a long time. I was a Peyton Manning guy. But you got to respect what he's done. What a career. What a fucking career, man. So
Yeah,
kudos to
no,
Tom Brady.
yeah. So that's my opinion on it. I fucking hated watching him win all the time, but at the same time, like now I'm glad I watched all that hate because now I can look back and kind of appreciate it.
Right?
But no, he's the most GOAT ever. So that's my opinion on
There
that.
you go.
Take it easy. I saw Skip in chat. What's up, Skip? Nick's in chat.
Nick
Dope,
just came
dude.
in. Make sure you guys
All
go
right.
back and watch. We just put on a really good show that you guys missed. You can go back
Take it
and watch
easy, dudes.
See you
Bye.
later, Mr. Willymac. Thank you, Willymac. Go check him out. Down below in the goddamn description box, you'll see his channel. Go check him out. He's the one and only, the once and future king of Drama Alert, Willymac. Unbelievable. This is your last chance for romance, kids. I'm about to go take my ass over to Twitch. We got the new schedule really rocking and popping. We're getting here every day by 6 to give you something on either YouTube or Twitch. And if we get over to YouTube first and we're only doing a regular show, we're going directly over to Twitch as soon as I take a poopies and a pee-pees and all that good stuff. And we're going to be playing some more Pokemon tonight, I think. I haven't really been playing the last 2 days. I've been kind of playing, but I've been talking more. So maybe more of that. But of course, I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. So the last chance for romance, get into the Discord, live commentary. If you have questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, quips, quotes, likes, loves, whatever else, now's the chance. I'm going to rip a bong, and then I'm going to get the flock out of here, I think. So let me, I don't want YouTube to fuck me up too bad, so let me go ahead and see how discreet I was. Discreet? I'm losing weight again, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. 200 by my birthday, May 21st. 200 pounds. That's my goal. The first month hasn't gone fantastic. I haven't been able to walk a lot. I've also still had a little bit of ice cream every so often, but I'm still down for the month, and I'm on my way down 200, and it's exactly where I want to be. So let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate you. Check out the eBay, guys. Go check out the eBay. I got some new stuff up on eBay. I'll be putting some cool Disney items up in the next couple of days, too. Video games, cards, collectibles. I got it all over on the eBay. Trash or Treasure. TOT Dave over on eBay. Somebody dropped the link. It's down below as well. Come on over to Twitch. We'll talk to you. Also, I wasn't sure I was going to announce it. I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it. I wasn't sure I was going to even tell you. But you know what? I've started doing ASMR. Twitch, you guys already knew that. I started doing a couple streams, but I may have created an ASMR channel. Go find it. Try to find it. See if you can find it. There's a video up on it. I don't give a fuck. I'm strong enough to deal with your criticisms. Go get your relaxation. It's pseudo ASMR. It's storytelling with whispering. Then calm down. It ain't so fucking. Have fun. But if you come from it, I want to get extra money. You should pay me more for that. If you jerk off to my ASMR, I think you should tip me. Just a tip. Come on over to Twitch. We're going to go play some games and have some fun. Yeah, I did it. I wasn't going to say anything, but I did it. I don't fucking care. Fuck, you know why I can do it? The same reason why I can wear hats like this. Because I'm fucking awesome enough to pull it off. That's fucking right. Don't ever forget about it, and don't ever think twice. I'm Dead on Dave, and I am the man, the myth, and the legend. You go ahead and kneel or be knelt. We'll see you over on Twitch in just moments since nobody wants to talk to me. We'll see you later. Keep it copious. Outro.